How you doing, everybody? Stock Option Sniper here. I hope you're all doing great. If you traded today, I hope you had a trading day. I always say if you did trade, I hope you had risk management. But overall, today we're going to go over a trade and see what happened. So if you were part of the community, you had access to these trades. We had NVIDIA and SPY, right? We had NVIDIA today on that zone that we had, and I'm going to break down this trade so you guys can have access to it, right? And maybe give it a try. And then we also had this SPY right here, which was extremely beautiful, right? The NVIDIA, I took puts. On SPY, I waited for my excuse me, for SPY I waited for my zone to be hit, this red zone from pre-market. I gave it out to the team. I did took a -1. I took a super early entry right on this fill right here, but I said, you know what, it's okay. There was a gap here, that's why I took it, and it filled it, but it ran, and then I thought this was it. However, it doesn't matter. I had a re-entry and everything worked the way it worked out. Right. So let me break down the video for you guys since it was very easy. And I'm gonna break down the SPY and see what happened, okay? So I'll delete it. Let me triple check everything that I have here. Yeah, this should be fine. I'll delete everything. Cool. Right. Right about here. Right. So what happened? Well, we have an understanding that SPY has been currently creating something called higher lows, right? I have not talked about higher lows. That's for my mentorship, but there's eventually I'm going to talk about it. But eventually, as you can see, there's higher lows here that is happening, right? We have a low, we have a high created, right? Sorry, all over the place here. We have a high, we have that low, right? Then we have another high, right? And then we have a low. If anything, this is actually a lower low, right? But as you can see, it's creating that uptrend momentum, right? So how did I catch this play, and why did it bounce off my zone today, right? So we understand we're in an uptrend. That's the most important part, right? So what I did was I waited for that last down move before the up move, right? Technically, this was that down move and then this entire up move. However, I did not like that. I did not like that zone, this up move and down move. So I just used this entire candle, right? This green candle, right? Boom. So I just literally measured this candle. Okay. You could have left it like this, which was totally fine. If you're in my mentorship, I teach you how to refine it. But today I'm going to refine it for you guys, right? So we went to the 4 hours, then we go to the 1 hour, see what's happening here, what story is it telling us, right? Okay, we're still good. And we can take that down just a little bit, right? And then we have 15 minutes, and what we got here, that's pretty much it, right? We had that 15 minutes, and that's how we refined. Then we had that 15 minutes that you seen earlier, and go to the 5, and right about there, right? So as you can see, it was blue here earlier. I put it as demand, but usually it's supposed to be red, so let's make it red, right? And as you can see, it was very quick. I know I didn't talk much, but it was literally just that. And throughout this entire channel, if you understand the price is bullish, the only thing you should be looking for is demand zones, right? So I've been talking about the supply, right? We had the same exact concept. We have the structure, then we have that demand zone is all what we're looking for, and we're going to keep waiting for price to come down to our zone, right? Once it comes down zone, we wait for that confirmation via Wyckoff, and we take price targeting the structure high, we can take partials, and then we can take profits. We can leave runners to take those prices higher and higher, like what's happening here, right? So if you were in my community, I did not give out the NVIDIA play, but this was there, right? The NVIDIA play, I told them, guys, if it holds that 120 right here, around this 120, if it holds the 120 area here, you guys can take calls. And I showed them a picture of the zone, so it was fine. And I told them I'm gonna target 127. And today, if you all you had to do was hold calls, and we would have target that 127.10. Right? Beautiful, beautiful move just on this NVIDIA alone. But I was very impatient. I had something to do, so I said, listen, I can't wait for that. I could have set a limit order, but I didn't. So what I did was I literally just took the puts because I knew they're gonna try to make a rip up. It's gonna try to retest this pre-market high and then reject and go all the way to that zone. I knew that was happening, right? I took the puts, but I did not get the run up, which the run up was the most beautiful move. However, after my meeting, I did catch that SPY run up. SPY was the best, right? Right now I have SPY. I went to my pre-market low, targeting that unmitigated area here. So what happened was I waited for price to come down, right? I share you guys mitigation. I have a video on mitigation, and I basically found that mitigation. Price needs to come down. Composite man needs to close their position. You could have take puts, scalp puts, but I said, listen, I'll be fine. I'll wait for that. And just like NVIDIA, I could only take the puts, but I took the NVIDIA puts instead of the SPY puts. This was nice overall. Overall, there was price that was gonna come down here anyway, right? So after my meeting, I took an entry, as I told you guys. I took that loss. There was a gap that had to be filled, and I got an early entry, and I stomped out to, I think about, it was like 1%. I lost like $5, right? But after that, I said, listen, I'm gonna wait for it to hit my zone. I waited for it to rip up for this next candle, and one of my member actually said, "Oh, I like spy calls here, right?" And I said, "Wow, that's funny because that's actually my zone." And once that zone got hit, I said, "You guys, I'm taking calls here." And after that, you can see right here, just grab liquidity. And boom, there was an unmitigated position here earlier. They left that once the composite man made the up move, they left their footprint that needed to be mitigated, and I knew that was just gonna run. So I told them, guys, if you missed that early that entry on the zone, you can re-enter right here around this 374 area, right? 374.60 in this scenario. Just broke right below a little bit, but overall we had that zone already created for them. And right now we're still running, right? This is still running. I do see this taking out our next high, but I have this line right here because I told them tomorrow morning I want to see a hold of this, and we take the liquidity around 380, taking SPY higher and higher. Right now everybody's trying to short the market and they're just getting destroyed. Right? I actually had somebody try to short Costco. I said, this guy's lost. And this is the problem sometimes with retail, because they're not understanding what exactly is going on. I don't know. I never even heard of it. I've been trading for I've been trading a year and some change, right? I'm very brand new. However, my experience through overall is like I've put so much time and sacrifice throughout this 12 months and some change, right? So I'm thankful for that. And so yeah, I had somebody trying to short. I think it was on the weekly. Said some diamond stuff. I don't know I never seen what that was, but he's like, I think I'm gonna try to redraw it. And I'm not trying to be rude or make fun of anybody. I'm just saying, right? It just shows that you don't really know what you're doing, right? It doesn't make sense what you're saying, and I I'd rather have you lose a trade saying that I fucked up here than saying something that does not make sense. And I could already tell that it didn't make sense because right now we're not bearish on Costco. I think it was I try to do it best as way possible because I've never seen it before, so but I'm very open minded to learning. So I said, what the hell is this diamond pattern? And I guess this is what he was talking about. It does look like a diamond. I never heard of it before, but I told him, like, listen, bro, this ain't gonna short. Like, this is not it right now. Like, if you try to short this right here, you're fucked. I do see Costco right here with with an area that needs to be mitigated, but overall, like, it's not it. Costco right now is a bit too strong. I think he tried to tell somebody that it was try to short it, but that wasn't it, right? I didn't like that because there was a lot of people commenting that saying, excuse me, there's a lot of people commenting, oh yeah, I'm a short it, I'm a short it, and if they shorted it today, they got destroyed. They got fucked, right? If you wanted to short Costco, just put the alert where I put it right there. I don't know where. Oh, this is Splunk. I don't know, but as you guys can see, right, we have individuals trying to short the freaking market. They're just going bananas trying to short this shit. And I've been talking about this since a couple videos along the channel, right? And they're just trying to short the crap out of the market when right now it is bullish as fuck, right? Oops, hang on. It is bullish. We're becoming bullish, right? And they're not even gonna know what hit them. We have individuals saying this is a supply zone, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them, right? This is a supply zone. This is a supply zone, right? I don't blame them. It's fine. And if you watch the mitigation video, I told you the moment SPY grabbed that liquidity around, I think it was 348. That was the moment it was over. And the fucked up part about it was they did it overnight, so make sure nobody knew what happened. And definitely got everybody, you know, and that's totally fine. Give them that cookie effect, run through that zone again, run through that liquidity, another zone, expecting giving probably that cookie effect around this area. Let me draw that. Just make it realistic as possible, right? Give them that cookie effect, thinking that, oh, I'm gonna buy more, boom, run through that zone. Here, okay, this gotta be the one. Now they're trying to take calls after getting destroyed for weeks or months. And the moment they try to short the market just keeps on falling and falling again, where they're the opposite, right? I'm always gonna tell you guys, if you watch my channel to this point, I'm sorry about that. The screen wouldn't let me move, but I've been telling you guys about how the composite man thinks the opposite of the retail traders, and usually sometimes I do go into these groups. Like the guy with the diamond, and I watch their confirmation. Like I do the opposite of what they do, because they do not trade smart money, and some of them probably does, but I'm just saying, right? I'm not trying to be a jerk, trying to make fun of somebody's strategy. Like, I really don't care. But when I see certain indication that I have, and I'm very confident in my indication and my education that I've learned throughout this entire journey of trading, like, I gotta use it for my own benefit. Where if you're still bearish, if the masses are still bearish, I'm gonna go bullish, right? Because most of them is not even understanding what they're doing. They're depending on their oscillator, on their RSI, on the daily. Like I said, you can flip a coin. I have my reasons, and my reasons, and my strategy works for me. So that's what that is, right? Like, and I'm always gonna say it's not for anybody. Anybody trade can the way they trade, you know. And yeah, if you're part of my community, I literally been saying that the composite man thinks the opposite of the retail trader. And right now we're seeing it in our faces how, well, these stocks are reversing without them even understanding why it's reversing, right? On the video, we're looking to target, I believe, 129, right? Oh, 127.69, right? But overall, this thing is going to keep on running and running and running and running. This thing is ready for a markup. Everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting to short this because it's going to be overextended. But next thing you know, this thing is just going to keep running to 136, right? Like always, it's not financial advice. Do your own due diligence, you guys. Do your own due diligence. I'm only giving you guys my perspective. Trading is a very, very risky game, right? Do your own due diligence. It does not make sense for you to put your money into something you don't understand. That's just common sense, right? So do your own due diligence. If you're trading, make sure you have risk management at all times. It's one of my rules in my community where if you don't have stop losses and you're losing a trade and you say I'm down almost 80% of my account, next time I'm basically going to exclude you out of trades until you understand how to put stop losses in your trades, right? Because we take it very seriously. How trading is not just something you put calls or puts and then goes in your way, because you can take calls and the stock goes your direction. However, you don't know where to go, and then it reverses or a catalyst happens out of something, which I don't know if something probably could happen, and the stock just falls out of nowhere. What are you gonna do? You have no stop loss, right? So we stop having risk management is literally the best way to trade. And if you do have an understanding of your strategy, you know exactly where to put your stop losses. Because I know some of you guys are complaining where, oh, my stop loss triggered me out, my stop loss triggered me out, it hunted me down. Well, if you understand your zone, like if I had stop loss here, I would have just put it under, but I didn't do that, right? Oh, I did it with SPY. Look, I have my SPY. I did it right on that spring. If you don't know what a spring is, it's at my Wyckoff. I have a video on Wyckoff. Excuse me. Right, just right below it. Well, it's right on it. But I was so confident. Excuse me. But I was so confident of this play that I just knew it was gonna bounce. Right? I was confident. I was yelling it out in my group. I was like, "Fucking take this play. This shit is gonna hit. It's gonna run. It's gonna run. Take it." I was so goddamn confident. Right? But that's how you play, you guys. I want you to understand that everything that I've shared up to this point, I hope you guys are getting some value. I know most of you guys are sending me pictures and you guys are asking me, "Hey, check this out. Is this liquidity? Hey, does this have to mitigate here? Hey, is this considered an imbalance?" So that just comes. Those individuals are. It's funny how those individuals are the one that's killing it. How do I know? Because they're literally sharing profits with me, right? And some of them are like randomly texting me, and I've made a lot of great friends just because of my free content. And I'm gonna keep giving out free content, you guys, right? I know I keep saying my mentorship. You don't really need my mentorship, to be honest with you. But if you want to know something more defined and detailed, then that's a different story. But if you just listen to what I've been sharing from the moment I started trading, a different concept of trading, like we have gone so far to a journey, right? You're probably listening right now. It's October 24th, right? It's October 24th right now. This video will be posted, I think, about February something, because we have so much content after content after content after content, right? I love this. This is my passion. This is my passion for this, right? So this to me is like it's a privilege to make free videos and give it to individuals. Like, I know some of you guys are telling me like you spend so much money on courses and still you don't understand what the fuck they're talking about, right? Then you watch, and this is not me boasting or anything, but you guys watch literally 5 to 7 of my videos, and you guys are like, damn, I understand what the fuck that was. I understand where price is going because it has to go to that structure high. It can either break down. I understand that it's not about being greedy. It's about understanding where your play is going to go. So therefore I can hold a little bit longer, right? Like some of these, I appreciate you guys telling me that some of the content that I do drop is adding value to you guys, and some of them are literally better than courses in my free content, right? And also, you guys are asking me for courses. I don't think I'm going to create a course right now. Not right now. Like, I'm literally just enjoying free content and things like that. I love engaging with you guys in my social media. Other than that, I don't think there's going to be a course right now. I have a group. I have a community, my Patreon, and I do mentorship 1-on-1, and I enjoy that right now. The courses, I don't know. I'll think about it. But as you guys can see, right, that's how we set up those zones. We did a pre-market. We refined it in in the lower time frame. There is this still gap right now. I'm not even worried about that gap. It's probably gonna go high somewhere and and liquidate the gap the moment it goes down, right? But I'm not worried about that gap right now. And if it does, I'll see a break of structure around the high side right here, and we can see that bearish momentum filling up the entire imbalance also here within this parabolic institutional candle, right? But you guys, I just want to make this a quick video. I just wanted to break down my trade for today that we killed it in our community, and I hope you killed it with your trade. If you trade with the other community or you trade by yourself, I hope you killed it, right? You guys, that's all I have for you. Peace. Once again, please, please, please trade safely. Also, if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe right now. Subscribe right now. I have a ton of content that's going to be releasing every single 3 days. And in order for you to understand this video, you must watch the previous video. So you do not want to miss that because it's a compounding episodes of videos and education, right? And if you are subscribed already, I appreciate each and every one of you. Keep backtesting your trade. Keep shotting or shooting your results. How you lost a trade. When you lost, what did you do? How did you bounce? And what zones did you refine? All that good stuff, right? Send that to me. I answer my DMs to anybody, and most of you guys know already that that I have what do you call this? Most of you guys know I have a couple businesses and couple students. So if I can't get to you right away, just be patient. But I do reply to you guys even though it's late. But I appreciate you guys once again for tuning in. So I'll let you go. Peace.